All right. And we're going.
Okay, stand for pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm going to call the State Line Town Board for April 10th meeting to order. Roll call, all members present. Public comment, you guys got anything you need to say before we get started? Okay. Minutes, we've got minutes from April 10th, 2025. Get a chance to look at them.
Make a motion that we accept them as printed.
I second that.
Motion's been made and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Okay, financials. We got the financials for the month of January. Steve's been working on stuff, getting it closed out so that Frank can take over. Got any questions about them? One question was brought up before the meeting about Langley Trucking. That was hauling gravel in for the alley here and for Jackson Street to bring in.
Jackson and Center both.
And Center boat. Well, that's right, Center.
Yeah.
So anyway, fill a bunch of the holes and stuff like that. We're still working on getting a crossings grant. It's questionable right now what's going to happen there, but we'll see. So, any other questions on any of the other expenditures or the figures?
Is that a crossings grant?
Crossings grant.
What's that?
It's a grant for roads.
Oh.
They go through federal government, and right now most of the federal government grants have been stopped. So, yeah. So,
Temporarily.
so it's I didn't make it. There one was finished in February, before March 1st, and I didn't get in on that one. And then because I've got to go through a class and stuff like that with DOT, they make it real difficult. But anyway, because we have to survey the roads, I have to evaluate the roads, I have to fill out a form with DOT and Purdue about the roads, ranking the roads, and telling them what the roads are supposed to be so that they know what we want done. And then once that's all done and they give me that approval, then I get bids from entities, Milestone and Reith Riley, those guys. They come in, they bid it, and then the bids are submitted, and if we get approval, it's still a match. It's a 25-75 match, I think. So the last time that somebody came out and looked at our roads, it was about $180,000. My guess is it's going to be a little over $250,000 now. So yeah.
And we gotta have 25.
So that means we'll have to come up with $25,000. We don't have that kind of money, but I've talked to the commissioners and they were willing to assist us. And if we get the grant, assist us with the match so that we can have it done.
We actually would have that matching.
Well, if we don't,
Yeah.
they've agreed to help us. So anyway, so that's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get everything in line. The next one is in July, so the deadline, but it's not open yet. And it's open for 30 days. So you got to get in there right at the right time. So I'm keeping on top of it, trying to, I got to go over and talk to a lady over at NDOT. I've been talking with Jenny. The county gets crossings grant all the time.
Yeah.
$2 million for their roads. Mm-hmm. And of course they match that. But I was hoping that maybe she would do it for us, but she doesn't know. She says, you're going to do it. So I said, okay. So, because the class that I have to take and everything, they've already taken that. So I wouldn't have to take the class. But yeah, anyway, that's what we're working on.
Gotcha.
So any other questions on finance? No.
I'll make a motion to accept financials as presented.
Second. Okay, motion been made and seconded to accept the January financials. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
3-0. Motion carries. Takes care of financials. Okay, let's claims financial. Old business, claims of financials 2025 book are balanced through February. working on a support filing. Clerk transition, like I said, they're working on it. Frankie and Sue and Steve have been working jointly to get the transition done. It's more or less been approved by everybody, so just have to get it completed, and then Sue will retire and Steve will take her position and Frank will take the clerk's position. So,
I will make a point here, and I talked to Frank today about it, that since the board is biannual, that I suggest that Sue stays on till the end of June, so we don't have to try to split that pay up and satisfy DLGF and the State Board of Accounts. To just pay her half a year and then I'll step in at that point. And
I don't have a problem with that if you guys have worked that out.
I think that would be
Yeah.
an easier transition.
Because it's only 2 more board meetings, May and June.
Yeah, if you guys have worked that out, I don't,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll still step into clerk.
that's all, to me,
Yeah.
that's all the transition.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we agreed to the transition, so
Yeah.
as long as that transition's gonna take place, however smoothly it can go,
That would make it smoother.
that,
Yeah.
yes, it would. So, I'm all for that. Everybody's in agreement, we're good then. So, anyway, that's
That
what
was in June, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
end of June,
end of
and then
June.
the
6
next-
months, 6 months, we
6
pay for
months,
6
yeah.
months.
We pay June and December, so.
So your clerk position will start getting paid in July, which you don't get
No.
paid.
No. I would be taking over the clerk
I mean,
As of
before the
May.
next meeting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So Steve just wouldn't.
Well, that's
have a
because
position.
he is, okay.
Yeah, Steve's stepping down from clerk treasurer, Frank
That-
takes over
Gotcha.
starting in May, but then I'll
Gotcha.
stay on till end of June, and then he's going, Steve.
So if he's gonna take over the treasurer, you guys gonna swap then? So you're gonna stick around?
I'll be around,
He'll be
yeah.
around,
I mean,
But-
just swap it, you'll be the hourly, he'll be the clerk.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, we can do
Right.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
That works, yeah.
yeah, because Steve will be
Yeah,
around.
just
till-
you start being hourly and he'll take the clerk pay then,
Right,
so that works. Okay. Okay. Generate pad, nothing new, just talked with Russ and I were just talking about it. I do have pictures now of the sticker on, there's 2 stickers, one for Houston Electric, one for BRS out of Indianapolis. BRS is the ones that came and did the work, I know it is. That sticker's inside on the generator.
Mhm.
The outside one's Houston. I think Houston was the one that was doing the maintenance and there was some problems with it.
Yeah,
The thing is, Houston's local. Houston's Lafayette. Also, Fountain County just signed up for all their generators to be done by Houston. So I think I'm going to try Houston first to have them come and look at it and see if they can give us an idea or a quote on what it's going to do. I'm going to get Frank to help me to set it on the pad. If we don't like their quote or we're not sure how they're going to do stuff or whatever, we can always transition to BRS and have them come up. But I just, because I'm sure they'll charge us to make the trip up. Houston will probably just swing by. Yeah, they'll charge us mileage. Houston, I think they'll just swing by. But anyway, I'm gonna start with Houston first and have them come over and look at it, and then we'll transition to BRS.
Sounds good to me.
So that's where we're at on the generator. Dogs at large, Irons is still,
yeah, both their dogs.
oh, he
Do
likes
they
them all
have
the
a
time.
big German Shepherd now too?
I haven't seen
Okay,
it.
that little short brown dog of theirs was running with a German Shepherd, just in the past
Okay, there's a
few days.
somebody came over from the Illinois side to Sarah and wanted to know who owned the German Shepherd because it was running around over on the Illinois side. I haven't seen a German Shepherd around.
Well, I did. He was over in Doris's yard. He was down at Hackett's, and then he was over there tormenting Katie and Mac's dogs. I'm surprised Thor didn't jump the pen and go after him. So, but he didn't. They stayed in the pen, but those dogs were over there.
The only thing I recommend is get pictures,
Yeah.
and then we can submit them to the sheriff, and he can try to locate
Locate who it
the
is.
owners.
All right, if I see him again, I'll snap
Yeah.
a picture. But I was going in the house.
Because every time I see Irons' dog, I take a picture and send it to Anthony. So
Yeah. And I was like, just stay on the other side of the road, don't come after me, because I was carrying stuff.
yeah,
Big dog.
Yeah, it's a big German Shepherd and a little short-legged brown dog.
yeah. Well, he's all over the place.
Yeah, Scrappy Doo.
Big pretty dog.
German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Is he,
handsome-looking
is he
guy.
a red or a mix or gray?
He
or-
was black and tan and white, I think.
That wasn't mine.
I know.
No, I know your dogs don't. Most of the time, your dogs don't run.
No.
if they're loose, I see them, they're out there.
No, this one was like a dark, I had never seen the dog before, that's why I wondered if they got a new one.
Yeah, I mean, the one-
I've seen that one too with the little dogs.
Uh-huh, they were
Yeah.
running together.
Yep, yeah, because if it was one of my dogs and that little dog was out, the little dog wouldn't have been out anymore. They wouldn't have the Irons dog.
Turn your dogs loose, please.
At all.
You keep telling them that.
But yeah, I see that.
It's just, it's
I know
it's
what
such,
you're talking about.
yeah, it's such an aggravation, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, see, we got a new dog, so we'll have to figure out whose it is.
Figure out who it is, who it is.
Municipal building, have you ever heard anything more from,
No,
what's his name?
no, I haven't heard back, I just texted him. 'Cause
Okay.
I've been busy and I
Yeah,
haven't noticed it.
yeah, we're coming out of winter time, so I think it'll take a while to get geared up going here. Okay,
And Frank and I were just talking today, he comes out to bid, we want him to bid on this bathroom and hallway out here, finish that out,
yeah,
okay?
sounds good. Yeah, sounds good by all means. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Who's that that's doing the bids?
Donnie Swain.
Transformed by God's grace, Donnie Slam.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He's a busy boy, so it's gonna be,
I bet.
I keep seeing,
Yeah,
well,
all
he
the-
does such good work.
Well, all the groups that I see that are doing work, Mormons and all those guys, they're booking 6 months out.
Uh-huh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Doing okay? Yep. Okay. Broadcast board meetings, as we said at the beginning, this is now it's not being broadcast, but it is being recorded. Hopefully within the next couple meetings, we'll have it, so it's broadcast. It's required by law by July, I think, it's sometime in June that it takes effect, but that we will have to broadcast. We will make the link available on Facebook. Is that what we're going to do, or are you going to start a web page?
We'll start off with making it available on Facebook. Eventually, I'll work on getting the State Line Towns webpage up and running, and then it'll just be on there.
Okay.
But as a in-between measure, yeah, we'll put up on
I'll
Facebook.
make Frank admin on the page I already got.
Okay.
And
Sounds
then when
good.
he makes the transition, we'll transition in.
Okay, sounds good.
Next time I have to come here.
Yeah. Okay, any other old business?
You hadn't heard anything on the playground equipment, had you?
What do you mean?
The removal of the merry-go-round?
No, I know, I got that lady's number, I need to call her.
Okay.
I'll make a note here.
Okay, any other old business?
Yeah, I guess old business, I guess still be old business that we didn't bring it up as new business, but Caleb met with us and signed an informal contract through his school.
Did you bring it?
That's the
I got it.
park contract.
Park contract.
Well,
No,
no,
that's different.
this is different.
Oh, okay.
He come to me, and it helped him out with his credits in school, right? Yeah, and he was just willing to volunteer, so I got that contract back there, that's no pay, it just helps him with his schoolwork, and he's gonna paint some playground equipment,
Start the basketball court.
pick up the sticks and things like that. And, I don't know, we did 4 or 5 little projects on that contract that he's gonna do,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, that's under new business, so. Yeah, so yeah, under new business and in the park, he'll be working on doing some park.
No, that's the actual park contract that I have. I'm gonna give it up and he's gonna take it.
Okay,
Yeah, that's a separate
So
thing.
it's-
that's fine, but
Yeah, but it's
still,
still all park stuff,
I
park
just,
work.
yeah, it's park work, and that's something new we hadn't talked about. We've talked about having somebody do it, but he's first if he's stopping up, so we'll go ahead and, anyway, we've covered it now. He'll be doing it, and then let's go on into new business, the rest of it. Steve, you wanna talk about that then, the park contract?
The park contract, I'm giving it up as well as clerk treasurer. And Caleb showed interest in doing that work. And so I have contracts ready to sign tonight. I've got one for the $60 a month that I was doing it for.
Okay.
And I've got one written up for $75. You guys can talk about that and decide which one to approve.
But
What
two
if-
different contracts with one.
Well, they're both here, neither one is signed, you decide what you wanna paint.
That was-
But it's one, so the contract with doing the work painting and stuff, that's a
No,
free?
two separate
that's-
things.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
I
that,
understand that.
Yeah,
That was
because
no
this,
cost.
this contract.
That's a free, that's a free.
That's free. This is
Okay,
for
so
dumping
this-
the garbage,
this
keeping the
contract.
garbage
Right.
dumped and the sticks picked up, and just checking the equipment to see if anything needs repairs, need done, just
Yeah, this
kind
is
of
a
an
contract.
overviewing of the park. Like,
So this park contract that we pay for
uh-huh,
has got two of them made up, just different pricing.
Different
exactly.
prices, yeah.
If- Yeah, if we wanna
Make sure
increase
that's
the
clear.
amount.
If you wanna go, because we hadn't talked about it before, so I wrote it up both ways.
Well,
If you
like
want,
our pay and everything else is just, it's going up, it's gotta
Mm-hmm.
go up. And I think now's the time to increase it.
Mhm,
Okay.
I agree.
okay.
What do you think, Russ? You okay with that?
I was gonna say, keep it at 60 until later, like 3-4 months, see where he's at, and then increase it.
well, the state wants you to do these contracts a
That's just
year.
gonna
at a
say
time.
yearly, that's the whole thing, he's gotta submit
75.
that.
Are there any other responsibilities, maybe
For the-
able to take care of?
For the park contract, what you're responsible for, what we pay you for is dump the garbage,
Garbage
which you
and
can pull
sticks.
the garbage out and you can bring it up and put it in our dumpster.
Okay.
We got a dumpster beside our garage, you can throw it right there. And there's.
Or Greg's,
Or
either one.
ours or Greg's, we got dumpsters in town for you to put the trash in. And then make sure that the bags get replaced and then you're responsible for picking up all the sticks. And they need to be taken over to the burn pile over behind the ice house. Okay, and then just keeping watch on all the equipment and looking, what Steve always does, looks to see if there's anything that's broke, you know, keeping us appraised of what's going, because you live right across the street from the park, but you're
I
ideally.
already replaced the basketball net.
Well,
You did?
You did.
we did the basketball nets, and then some girl keeps coming over and messing the swings up, the height on them.
You replaced the basketball nets a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff, but understand that you don't need to, if your relation's great, but just submit a receipt to
Yeah.
Well, he
Frank
just did it
or,
on his own.
I understand that, but just submit a receipt to Steve or Frank and we'll get
And
you
we'll
reimbursed.
reimburse you for those nets.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's really, you don't have to maintain the equipment, you just let us know what's going on, and then if we need to fix something, we'll get
We
it
need-
fixed. Basically, all you are responsible for in this contract is keeping the park clean, picking up trash, and dumping the trash, and picking up sticks.
And like,
And overseeing the park. So more or less, if you see something broke, if you wanna fix it, you can fix it, but tell somebody first, and that way we can, that's above your contract.
Yeah,
So
you
if
don't
we
have
wanna
to
pay
pay
you,
for
or
it.
you wanna do it for free, we're not gonna complain.
But we'll buy
But
the
we'll make sure,
material.
we'll buy the material and make sure you can get it done.
Yeah, we don't expect you to have to go buy stuff to fix
Yeah.
the park, but if you wanna fix it, you know, I mean, because we need somebody young.
We need to check
I'm
this
thrilled
one.
that you want to do
Make
this,
sure
and
those
Frank's
bolts
involved.
on
I mean,
top. Somebody told me the other day.
So,
One of them looked like it.
but that's what you're responsible for on a monthly basis. That's what that $75 we pay you for. Picking up trash, picking up sticks, dumping the trash, putting your bags out, and
Didn't
just,
even think about it till just now.
if you see something wrong, something, you know, just let one of the board members know, and then, but we don't expect you to repair stuff over there, you know, you can keep an eye on it, let us know, and then we can talk about getting it fixed. But I know the other thing that you're gonna work on, there's a repair right there, and we wanna be involved in that too, cause we've got equipment to be installed and all that kind of stuff, so there's gonna be a lot of opportunities to work in the park. Over and above.
Russ just brought up that he was notified that one of the swings looks like it might be loose also, so if you can check that out, let us know.
Yep.
I mean, it might just need to be tightened up, but if you wanna check it out for us and let us know.
I would say, I can show you where it's at, but it's about probably a 4-inch carriage bolt, just missing on that new swing set towards our house. The crossbar that's attached to the bigger part is just, I don't know where the bolt went.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get a measurement on it, or, you know, you want us to go by it, give us the size.
we've
Steve,
got the
let's-
hoop ladder that goes off to the south back here, we need to reattach.
Okay.
And with me not doing clerk, I can work hand in hand with you on some of that stuff.
There you go. Okay.
And talking about the park, I know we got money in the budget, so I would like to get some new swings bought this year. He's gonna paint everything over there, we've already got the paint bought, that's part of his school family came to us and said he would paint everything, that anything that has to be painted, he's gonna paint it. And then I wanna replace all the swings at the park, because some of the swings are pretty sad. And so, yeah, we wanna do some work over there this spring.
Make sure you take and paint the seats of the swings early in the morning, so that way the kids come, we'll know who's sitting on them.
Yeah.
I'll remember not to come down here.
Yeah, we see you over there every
Every
morning.
once in a while, I do come down here and swing at the park, but I don't know,
So
if I got my nieces with me.
Since Sue is resigning her position as, member, do you still want the chairman position for the park board?
Yeah, she said yes.
Yeah, I wanna be, I'd like to be.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's not on there, we hadn't really discussed the whole park thing.
Yeah, well, I thought we did. Yeah, that's what you've gone. You said, I still want to be
Well,
part.
I wanna be involved with the park, yeah, but,
And we said you could be chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't on the minutes, was it?
no.
Huh.
I do have a question.
I'm wondering if it needed
New
it.
projects.
So
How are we gonna go about scheduling those so that?
We'll talk with you about, and we'll figure something out, and work on your schedule with school and everything, so, yeah.
I don't know how you guys are on the weekends, but.
Well, that's just it, we're not, I would like to see a lot of this stuff done before the kids get out of school the first week of June. So that means the month of May,
Yeah.
we got cleanup days in May, so I really would like to do some work in May in the park.
Yeah.
Painting,
You can be,
replace
it'd be appointed by
equipment,
the membership.
installing some benches, let's see what we can get done. So you figure out what your schedule looks like the month of May.
I'll be out of school in May. I got a couple projects to do in town in Danville,
Okay,
but, you know, in between those, I'll be
okay,
pretty
well,
busy.
we'll work something out.
I was just gonna say, I was just gonna say, anytime you're available and wanna do something, you can do it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't have to be.
It's just, they're not gonna be overseeing you, you're gonna be
No,
doing
we
work.
get paint-
They
we
just
get-
wanna help do some stuff,
Yeah,
so.
we get the paint to you at your house, you wanna walk across the street and do some painting on an afternoon, yeah, knock yourself out, we're not gonna micromanage you, yeah.
Here's the schoolwork contract, Craig, if you wanna glance at it.
You can't, it's hard to read, that,
It just, it just details out some of the projects we talk about, and there's no money.
yeah, this is just, part of his,
Reason,
credits for school thing, yeah.
reason I brought up the chairman. That way, if he has any questions or anything,
He needs to come.
he's
to
got
you.
somebody,
Oh,
go to Sue. That way you don't have to go to Greg, to me,
Yeah.
and
To
just
Steve, you go to Sue.
go to Sue.
She's the chair of the park, and we agreed, like I said, we've agreed to that. And I want to make that, Frank brought up the point, and make sure everybody understands that, is that you can be, this board can appoint anybody chair over the park, over any event we're having. We can have a chair of the event, and it doesn't have to be a part of a board member. It
Right.
can be anybody.
Yeah.
So, because it's not.
It's not a paid position, no, and I understand that, I understand,
So-
and I'm okay with that, I'm okay with
Yeah.
being in charge of making sure, because once we get this stuff installed,
That's called a community involvement for
Yeah.
us, and that's what we want. We want people to be involved. Like you're getting involved, you know.
Yes.
We could get your mother involved. That'd be great, you know. But
She's the party
party planner.
Yeah.
okay.
And we had talked a year or so ago about having something over in the park, maybe this summer will happen.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. Sounds good.
Have them all.
I miss Sundays.
Yeah.
I really do.
I'd like to plan something like that, it'd be a nice opportunity, we got a lot
A
of.
lot of the towns are.
We got a lot of new people in town, and I think that, it would be a perfect opportunity just to have just a Saturday get together in the park.
Yeah, like just a community
Nothing
barbecue.
huge
Yeah.
and
A
crazy,
community barbecue to
Yeah.
start with.
just something simple.
Come on.
You know, yeah, fun days was a lot, but that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Sundays was a lot of work,
Yeah, it was.
but, you know, just a movie night in the park, or one of those big screens, or just like you said, an afternoon cookout, or,
I don't know if Matt still got his stuff or not. Fire department,
it's got a big screen and the,
yeah, he
all that
used to
stuff.
rent bounce house and all that stuff. Matt,
Matt Dishman.
Dishman, yeah.
oh,
I did have
Jeremy,
Andy's
Still doing it.
Jeremy's got all that
Dishman
stuff, oh, yeah.
So I know he used to do all that stuff. He probably's got that rental stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He does.
Work it out with him. Yeah, Matt's on, Dishman's on the fire department. firefighter.
Matt Dixon.
Oh,
His brother.
his brother.
Yeah. So, okay. Spring cleanup. We
That
got it
is
scheduled, right?
May.
Yeah. The dumpster will be here the 15th, 16th
Yeah.
for that weekend.
There was something, I think that's what you all knew, I said I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're gonna go early in the morning.
When is the dumpster starting?
Peru.
Excuse me?
You're going somewhere to take your camper.
Oh, the 15th, we're taking our camper to Kendallville for the week.
Yeah, I can't.
And just dropping it off, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
go back up there the following, probably like on Monday or Tuesday
Yeah.
after cleanup days. We'll see. Wait, there's a big bluegrass festival the weekend or Memorial Day weekend, but you gotta get your camper up there and get it parked at
Right.
one camping spot, cause
Yeah, we're talking about May,
there
right?
won't be
Yes.
any.
Yeah, May 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th.
All right.
So, and that's. like
And I
said,
told
that's
them they
when
could bring it the 15th if they wanted to,
Yes.
it's fine.
That's
So,
fine.
and,
Yeah,
so that's
15th 's a
al-
Thursday.
That's already on the schedule.
Okay, yeah.
That's coming up pretty quick.
Yeah,
I know.
There it is.
so, yeah, I'll be out of town. Frankie will be here, but I'll be out of town.
And Caleb will be here.
I should go.
Okay, got that one done. Any other new business? There was something I forgot already.
Actually, real quick back on the spring cleanup. Are we also doing like a garage sale, yard sale kind of event during this spring cleanup, or? Because I remember last year we did something like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm not, I will never have another rummage sale, they're a waste of time.
Okay.
Just put that on, that's on the list.
The people that have rummage sales may be interested in
Yeah,
something
like
like
the
that.
Hackett's
Yeah.
or
I don't
Huron.
know if I'd want it the same weekend though. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me one way or the other,
Yeah.
but if I'm cleaning up,
Since the town's not gonna be
I don't wanna
involved,
be-
since the town's not gonna be involved in it,
Then it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't worry about it.
All right.
So,
Good enough.
We'll mention it in our postings or something, and if they want to do it, that's fine, yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
somebody else can be a chairman of that one.
Yeah. I just, so other members know, I just asked Sue to stop at Sam's Club to pick up more water. We're out of water.
Yeah, we gotta go
So
to Sam's
she's gonna
tomorrow
pick
and
up-
help you.
Yeah, so she's gonna pick up more water to have here, so we've got some.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh, the sirens are up and working now. They got them finally programmed. I haven't heard yet for dispatch setting it off. It was being set off by emergency management, so they were supposed to test them last Tuesday, and they forgot. So we'll have to wait till they remember, and then we'll see if it works through dispatch. We know it works through emergency management.
Yeah.
Is it still supposed to go off when you guys go out?
No.
No,
No?
they quit doing that.
I thought they did, but I knew that things were kind of switching up a little bit and they were trying to get something fixed, but I didn't know if they were.
Yeah, they were just trying to get the sirens because when some work was done on the equipment through dispatch center because of Fountain County.
Mhm.
And then we had new sirens put in, but they had tested them right after they put them in and they worked. But then, like I said, then Fountain County had some work done with the dispatch center, and we changed directors at the dispatch center, and all of a sudden our sirens weren't working. So that's what had to be, and then we were going through a new emergency management director, and anyway, over a long period of time, the new director, Jim Morrison, who lives right out here off of 1000,
Yes.
so by the cemetery. Anyway, Jim, he's doing an excellent job. He's on top of it. He went in, met with Raycom and, which isn't Raycom anymore, met with Raycom and the guy that does our repairs for sirens, and they got it figured out. They set it off the first time and it went off like a fire siren.
Yeah.
And I said, no, that's not the right siren, guys. I said, he says, well, I was told it's going up and down. I said, no, it's not going up and down. I said, it rotates. We got a new siren, it rotates. It's a solid sound, but it sounds like it's going up and down because it goes around. But it's supposed to stay on for 3 minutes. That's the only siren you're gonna hear, is a 3-minute siren. And that siren is for weather, hazmat, it's an alert siren. It means you go to a radio, find out if there's something going on, anything like that.
Take shelter.
And take shelter or find out what's going on, because it could be a railroad accident and they're wanting you to evacuate. It could be anything.
When
So
is the regular test date for the siren?
it's first Tuesday of at 10 o'clock of the month. That's when it's supposed to be. So when state does theirs and everything like that. So anyway, the sirens are because they did, like I said, it went off for 3 minutes. I reported back to them and let them know that it did work when they set it off. They were still having some trouble with, I think it was Williamsport, so they were working on that one. But to my knowledge, it's working. We just have to listen to dispatch set it off. So
The bad thing with the alert here though is that the Weather Bureau comes out of Indianapolis and we are at the very far edge of it. So we don't really have, the other day when it went off,
the sun
it was for
shining.
Pine Village and the sun was shining here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And I've talked to Jim about that, and Jim's investigating that.
Yeah.
So you went to the meeting last night, didn't you? So you covered it.
Yeah, and
I went to
the
try
other
to-
time when it went off was the tornado was going right over the top of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
landed over by
it's
Williamsport.
we're first in line. So I always pay attention to Illinois weather. That tells me what's
Yes.
going on.
Mhm.
I can usually, and I've got Bobby next door to me, Bobby Wright, she's on the phone with me all the time. She's worried about stuff, but I usually can talk to anybody that wants to call me, I don't care, I'm usually, if I'm
Who's
home.
that that calls you?
Bobby.
Chung's mom.
Oh, Chung, okay, I don't even know what her name was.
Anyway, cause she's on oxygen, just so you know, she's on it too.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so.
Evidently she's not working the truck no more.
No, she's not, she's been home for a long time, she's under disabled, so yeah, she can't leave her O2, and when they lose power, she's worried,
Yes.
she needs to get a standby generator, so.
There's
We
a
already
new
looked at
business.
it.
Yeah,
Where-
I
yeah,
was gonna talk about buying some of those to upgrade the
Yeah.
park.
yeah, we discussed it before the meeting, we'll get it here. in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, so the siren's working, and yeah, we're trying to work it out so that they can set off the sirens individually, so that if Pine Village has got a problem, Pine Village goes off.
Yeah.
Not state line. So anyway, because I told him that when the day Russ was talking about, I went in and called him and said, why'd you set that? Well, there's a storm going through Pine Village. I'm like, okay. I didn't even say anything else. I was talking to dispatch. Didn't say anything else. I just contacted Jim and told Jim, I said, you got to figure something out here. And that was why we put the new system in. This is a new system. And it was supposed to be the ability to departmentize.
Yes.
So you could do that. It's work in progress. So anyway, that's where we're at on the sirens. Yeah, Steve doing some research. The power boxes out at the park, a lot of them some poles that broke off and some are just beat up from use. I mean, they used to be used all the time. So they need to be repaired and remounted and replaced. So he's got a sale going on here, Easter deal. It's an Easter deal. It's a nice little single box. It's got 2 outlets in the box.
220 amps.
And yeah, 220 amp circuits. Well, you can get 20 amps or you can get 30 amps or you can get what you want.
Yeah.
But at any rate, get those. I would entertain a motion to Steve take account on the number he needs over there.
So make
I see.
that motion.
Okay, motion been made and seconded to purchase the new electrical boxes for the park. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. So Steve,
Yep.
just get a count and have Frank order.
Take one hat off, put another one.
Yeah. Okay, any other new business or any business?
I got nothing.
Got a question.
Oh.
Mr. Connor, Mr. Connor, Mr. Connor.
Go ahead.
That just dawned on me. Yes, there is new business. I knew there was something. The corner over here.
The who?
The corner.
Oh, the firehouse?
The drain right
The
here.
The drain.
The drain on this corner.
I see the
Yeah,
location, I know that was coming.
Yeah. The location that Darrell Bell Excavating has been agreed to do it, and he's come out, he's looked at it. He's got a plan, but he called me the other day to meet him out here, and I was tied up at work. So I said, make it another day. He said, okay. So I called him the next day, and I said, you ready? He said, well, I'm tied up. So we're playing catch, trying to figure out, But he has had it located.
They're terrible in here.
He has had it located. Okay. Anyway, he has had it located. They're gonna fix that for him. She's stomping ants. I say we contact termites. Have the building. No, I have the building sprayed for ants, treated for mice, and everything like that. Termites. That's what it is. I'm trying termites.
Termites.
Well, we need the building treated. So contact. Who wants to do that?
Terminex. Steve's still in charge until May the 1st, so
There you go. Yep. Steve, contact,
Terminex for
well, or whoever. There's other ones now in
Yeah.
town. They got rid of Terminex in Fountain County. They went with somebody else. I forget who it is. Some bugbear.
We have Ridex out at the theater. That's another
We have Ridex.
Well, there's still Terminex in Danville.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Terminex and Danville.
Redax, that's for septic tank.
Yeah.
Don't use it.
Yeah, don't use
Not that one, different one.
it. Anyway, so yes, if you want to do that, and let's get this.
Ant problem.
Well, get it treated so that I just spray around my house, so it usually takes care of them. But they know what to do, so we'll let them handle it. Anything else anybody can think of?
Did you have something, Russ?
Yeah, heard you guys had water problems.
Oh, yeah, we don't have a well.
If we had city water here in town, you wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, I take that back. You may still have problems.
Yeah.
Oh.
None of the
yeah.
problems
Wouldn't be
people
us.
have.
I take it back. We have a well. We don't have a pump in the well. The pump
Yep.
burned up in January and it's 100 feet to ground. So and it's been so yucky and nasty. So we have been thankful for neighbors and their water system.
Yeah.
So we gotta get the pump.
That's my plug
Oh, yeah.
for city water.
Well,
I'm not gave up on it yet.
I don't know where we get the money for
You
it.
have to
And the-
bring it from Danville, because you can't use the water
Right.
that's under this, out here.
Yeah, we know that. We did that.
Yeah.
We've
done-
been down, up
Yep.
that route.
So to bring in city water and city sewer to turn
Yep.
this town into, we're talking millions of dollars.
The grants that we applied for, when we was looking at it, we had too many people here in town that were making good money. Now we do not have those people. So we would
And now you don't
qualify.
have the grants.
Now we don't have federal grants yet, but they'll come back. They'll come back sometime.
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yep.
That's all I have.
Okay.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So made. Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, meeting's adjourned.
Good night.